A new split and a new format brought us to the opening day of Split 3. 8 teams divided into 2 groups of double elimination bracket. Day 1, we saw the resurgence of SA2L, who toured Global Esports Academy in a dominating style on Split and Pearl. While Velocity faced .exe and they crushed them down and sent them into the lower bracket, showcasing their own class.
बट इस बैटल के अंदर मेडल के पास जाकर अल्टीमेट भी है, शायद राइफल पुश कर सकते हैं बट उनको गेम से बाहर निकाला गया। रस ने एडवांटेज बनाई है, आरडी के प्रेशर हो सकता है, आखिरी बचे हैं, रस की एचपी कम है बट he has been marked, but Russ finding a new angle.
Day 2 marked the opening game of Split 2 with Shams Revenant X-Park against XYND, which saw the first 13-0 in Split 3. Revenant X-Park easily won the series 2-0, while Reckoning thought to wrap up a quick series against Astrix as well, with a 13-1 on a set. But Astrix had an ace up their sleeve. Rinsat and Yash came alive and destroyed Reckoning on Icebox and Sunset to reverse or sweep them 2-1 and send the runner-ups of Split 2 to lower brackets.
No! वो गोलियां कनेक्ट हो रही है, it's a basic plant. उस स्पैम के द्वारा डॉक्टर को पिक ऑफ कर सकते हैं, डॉक्टर पे फाइट देनी ही पड़ेगी और मे बी जस्ट एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे डेडली.
I think so it's safe to say that Split 3 can be renamed as the Split of Surprises, as it didn't just end on Day 2. Day 3 marked the matchup of SA2L and Revenant X-Park, where SA2L finally got the revenge after a 16-14 win on the map of Ascent. They went on a close series and get out by a 2-1 victory, winning the decider Icebox, and became the first team to qualify for the Split 3 playoffs. On the other side, Velocity were too strong of an option for Astrix, and their miracle run came to a halt as Velocity closed the series 2-0 with 13-4 and 13-3 on Lotus and Sunset. .exe had to face the Foxes Day 4 in the match of survival, and they did that in style. Another upset caused, and TXE closed out the series 2-0 on Icebox and Haven and sent back Reckoning packing out of Split 3. Can you imagine? That is almost impossible. But DXE somehow did that, while Global Esports Academy continued their storm over XYND as well, winning Haven and Lotus very quickly. And then came the last day to qualify for the playoffs. Revenant X-Park ready to take on Global Esports Academy, where RNTX were the favorites, but GA weren't backing off. They showed their preparedness after stealing Revenant X-Park's pick, Pearl, with a scoreline of 13-6. Revenant X-Park bounced back on Lotus, and it seems it's all over for GA, as it was RNTX one of the best maps. But the win was different. GA weren't scared.
Still no player caught. In fact, एक IF झांसे में antidote के ऊपर भी चढ़ेंगे. Revenant X-Park हुई बाहर.
They were excited to bring out their Deadlock and Gurugram to cause the biggest upset of Split 3. They won 13-6 and again soared through to the playoffs with SA2L from Group A. Group B had similar expectations from Astrix, who after losing on Haven to DXE bounced back on Lotus to push the series with map 3. But DXE came prepared, well prepared on the map of Icebox, sent AST packing home and qualified all along Velocity Gaming B.
कुछ हाथ में था नहीं और डॉक्टर आखिरी है.
Spike planted.
बेबस ये टीम है और .exe की कार्रवाई है.
With the group stage concluded, the playoffs began with a single elimination matchup as SA2L opened things up against .exe in the revenge match of Split 1. SA2L were looking in a prime form, and they showed that as well as on Ascent and Split to close out the series in 13-4 and 13-7, a dominant fashion. They became the first finalist of Split 3.
SHP and still peaking. पता है उन्हें कि कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ खेल दूंगा मैं. फैंटम स्विच की आवाज आई है. किंग कापा विद द क्वाड्रा. गो फॉर द एस, बट नहीं. मिस वो एस छीनेंगे.
Global Esports Academy had a similar chance, but Velocity made a quick work of them and destroyed Global Esports Academy on Ascent with a scoreline of 13-2 and claimed Lotus with 13-7, and that was a quick 2-0 series for Velocity Gaming.
पता है आपको प्लेयर कहाँ पर है, लॉन्च करेंगे आप हॉटलाइन को, एक प्लेयर डेड, goes for the fourth, and this is
.exe had become the fourth team to qualify for the Ascension playoffs, but Global Esports wanted to give them a proper send-off. They showed Haven was their home ground and claimed Split as their own too, with a 13-3 and a 13-7 score, finishing their Split 3 run at third place, while .exe end up on the fourth position.
प्रैक्टिस के बाहर हुआ है और आपके पास इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है कि
control.
टीम है या नहीं. थोड़ा सा वाइपर्स बिट.
This is why.
never mind. I thought ये वाइपर्स बिट आपके लिए परेशानी बन सकती थी.
Then came time for the grand finals. SA12 with Helef, Hook and Techno ready to take on their nemesis, SK Rossi, backed by Russ and Lightning Fast. And boy, the series delivered. Velocity stealing Ascent in this BO5 to showcase their domination while also easily securing a win on their map of Sunset, pushed SA12 on a brink. It seems that Helef and the boys will have to wait some more weeks to lift a trophy. However, the boys have something else planned. They destroyed Velocity on Icebox 13-2. Velocity secured only 2 rounds and they pushed the series to the map 4 and maybe the start to the greatest comeback in South Asian Valorant.
Down as well. हमारा एक फ्रैग लेकिन टेक्नो जज के साथ एक बहुत ज्यादा एम्बिशियस प्ले बनाना चाहता
और हुक्स इंतजार कर रहे हैं, शॉक डार्ट हुक से पुश करना चाहते हैं, पता है उन्हें प्लेयर्स कहाँ पर हैं और जंपिंग करने से पहले
Alas, their hopes were crushed as Velocity secured Haven in a nail-biter 13-10 and became the champions of Split 3, moving forward on the path to become the greatest South Asian Valorant roster to exist. With that, we had our top 4 teams based on the circuit points: Revenant X-Park, Velocity, SA12 and .exe, whose dreams get shattered and who creates their legacy. All will be revealed on July 12th and 13th on the Ascension Qualifiers LAN in Gurugram. Follow Nordwind Gaming and Valorant India and South Asia for more updates and more Valorant action.